Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm glad you can make it. Today we are taking a look at the places to land in Fortnite Season 8 to get the easy wins. My channel features a lot of Fortnite tutorials, a lot of Fortnite content, and some miscellaneous content, throughout the way. If you're interested and you want to stay up to date with those kind of things, please do subscribe to the channel and put those post notifications on. If you enjoyed this video, if this video was helpful, don't hit the like button yet. Give it some time. Hit the like button if you enjoy it. And one more thing for all those Jackclone fans, Jackclone does have a supporter creator code. If you would please use his code in your item shop, I would greatly appreciate that. The code is JackCloneII. That is Jackclone with two I's at the end of it. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. And let's get to the video. So to start the list off, we have Pleasant Park. For those of you that know me and watch my live stream, you know that I land Pleasant Park probably a good 40% of the matches that I play. I absolutely love Pleasant Park. And this house that I'm sitting on is the house that I jump to every time I go to Pleasant Park. It used to be tree house, now it's just a plain house, rip tree house. Season 8 did this house dirty. But Pleasant Park is a phenomenal way to get easy wins. Not too many people jump here unless it's a hot drop, of course, because all hot drops are populated. And even if it is a hot drop, typically you can still get enough loot, and you can be passive enough to where you'll be able to make it out of first city. All of the cities that I'm naming on this list are named cities for one, and two, they also are typically on the outskirts of the map, and that's many people like to jump on the outskirts of the map, which is why it's easier to get wins, because pretty much once you can make it out of your first city, the only other thing you have to worry about is the end game. And speaking of endgame, I do have a video on how to win endgame or tips on endgame. So if you're struggling winning with it being about top 10 or so, watch that video. It's got some really good advice in it. I will put a link in the description for that video. And that pretty much sums up the Pleasant Park aspect of the video. Pleasant Park, phenomenal place to drop. Please do not neglect Pleasant Park. If you are around here, at least go and visit it. Go say hi to Treehouse for me. I appreciate it. Let's go on to the next item. And now we are at Snobby Shores. Now, Snobby, I neglect quite a bit. I don't really jump Snobby too much because I'm too busy jumping Pleasant Park. But Snobby is also a really good place to get wins because nobody comes Snobby. Pretty much every time you jump Snobby Shores, the circle's going to do you dirty. But with the amount of vehicles that are in the game nowadays, that's not too much of a worry. But again, no one really jumps here. So the chances of you making it out of your first city are really good. As long as you can win one encounter, 'cause there might be that other guy that's really trying to get that win that day. You're gonna make it out of your first city, almost guaranteed. Almost guaranteed. So if you're struggling to get wins, do give Snobby a visit. Snobby will more than likely treat you good, and will more than likely allow you to get a win. Also, don't forget Pleasant Park, because Pleasant Park's great. Alright, enough Snobby. Let's move forward. And what would an easy win list be without Happy Hamlet? Happy Hamlet is still underrated to this day. For reasons I don't know, the only thing I can think of is because it's on the outside of the map, but it has the loot, and it has the positioning, it has the vehicles. It's pretty much got everything that you could ask for a city to get easy wins. It's honestly phenomenal. It's up there with Pleasant Park for me. I jump Happy a lot when I'm playing squads, just because the amount of loot that's here and the survival rate out of the first city. Like I said before, if you can make it out of your first city, your chances of winning the game are exponentially greater, which, kind of makes sense. But yes, this is Happy Hamlet. There's a ton of loot. No one comes here, so you can leave here with full shield and decently good weapons, if not really good weapons. To this day, I still don't think I've left unhappy with my loot. I honestly don't. But this is what happy looks like, and this is where you should jump if you want to get yourself some easy wins. Or you can jump Pleasant Park, because that's also really great. The choice is up to you. But let's move forward. I suppose we should talk about Paradise Palms. Now, how to describe Paradise? Let's see if I can describe it in one word here. Fantastic. Paradise Palms is fantastic. Every named city that I have on this list is fantastic. If you follow this list to the T and you do drop these places and you don't make them hot drops, if it's a little bit off the bus, you will get wins. It's almost guaranteed. Maybe not on the first try, maybe not on the second, but if you're determined enough and you keep following the list, I guarantee you will get a win. If you don't get a win, don't take it out on me. I'm just saying, stay determined and follow the list because these are some really, really good places to loot. Paradise is another underrated city. Again, probably because it's on the outskirts of the map, but it has a ton of loot here. A ton of loot. This is even enough loot to leave here with as a squad with at least average weapons for everybody, but typically someone's going to have a really good weapon, either a purple gold pump or a purple gold scar, something of that sort. Really, really good loot, and for solos, only like one other person might drop here. If you do decide to go Paradise, I would advise against going to the hotel itself and dropping two houses. In my experience, I get more loot from running through the houses compared to going through the hotel because each floor might have an item spawn and a chest, maybe. Typically, it doesn't work out that way. And going to a house, you can run through a whole house with, three chests in it and four or five item spawns in, you know, maybe double the amount of time that it takes to go through one floor in the hotel. But if you look at it in that stance, in the hotel, you might get two chests and two item spawns, but with the house, you're going to get four item spawns and, two to three chests at least. But that's my advice if you're going Paradise. Let's go ahead and head over to Lonely. And last on the list, we have Lonely Lodge. I kind of view Lonely as like a snobby in the fact that I don't really jump here too often. I neglect this place. It's not good for solo or for squads. It's good for solos and duos. It's questionable. It's just not that big of a place, so there's not really too much loot. But with that being said, no one really goes here, like ever. So if you do want to come here and get some easy wins, I'd advise for it. If you're really struggling one day and you just can't get a win, go Lonely Lodge. By the time you loot it, there'll probably be 40 people left, and hopefully the circle doesn't do you dirty. And you can just play it passive that whole game, get down to the top 10, take some tips from Jackclone's How to Win Endgame video, and get yourself an easy dub just like that. I've got the formula. All you gotta do is follow through with it. But Lonely Lodge, like I said, it's not a bad place for solos. Jump Lonely if you're really struggling to get wins. If you're not struggling to get wins too much and you just really want to get some wins, go Pleasant Park. You know, let's give Pleasant Park some more clout. Pleasant Park deserves it. But yeah, that pretty much covers the whole video. I tried to make it as short as possible for everybody, just so I don't take up too much of your time, and that way you can spend more time in Pleasant Park. And that wraps up all the content in the video. This is that time where if you enjoyed the video, you hit that big thumbs up button. Come on now. It's just one click, one tap, whatever device you're using. Just do it for me, do it for you. Let's help each other, alright? Thank you very much for that. Thank you for watching also. I greatly appreciate it. Again, my channel does feature a lot of Fortnite content, so if you're really into Fortnite, like most people are these days, do subscribe to the channel because I will keep you updated on all the new metas and some new things that I come up with myself. Thank you for watching. Jackclone is out of here, and I'll see you in the next one.